So I'm out here on a little river spot. I'll come out here and fish. I do a lot of river fishing. Look at that 5 works perfect. No backlash at all. The retrievals feels nice. Let's see how far we can go out through there. No. Look at that. I did not even use my thumb on that one. No thumb on that one. Try to split those right over there. That throws an easy 30, 40 yards like it's nothing. What I have here for y'all today is my new reel from KastKing, and before I reveal it here, I'm going to show you kind of everything that I got with it. So right here on the box, the gear ratio is 7.2 to 1, and the bearings in it is a 2, 9, and 1. It's got 18 pounds of drag on it. It does have a good drag adjustment on it. It comes in a little over 145 grams, but I actually weighed this, and mine weighed 144 grams, so they actually was a gram lighter. This is the lightest reel I've ever used, and absolutely amazing. Oh, look at this case they sent with it. They actually have a real wrap on there. I've never had one send me a wrap like that. Is that not awesome? Look at that wrap. Now, what I've partnered this up with, I've paired this combo up. It came in this box right here. I'm using the Super Power braided line by KastKing. It's the 15 pound right there, 150, but I didn't put all of it on there. You can see there's still a lot in there. There's all of the mix of stuff that you get with it, a breakdown of the actual reel. So if you need to get any parts or anything like that, they've got you covered on that. You guys see, I don't know how well you can pause it if you need to look at that, but there's all of the parts right there. So this rod right here is the KastKing Versus rod. So these Versus rod, I went with a light medium. Check out that tip. Look at that fancy little tip. I'm going to run a chatterbait today. Let's just look at the reel on this thing. So it's got these adjustable brakes right here. It goes 1 to 10. Now they call these like the halo brakes or something. These are really good brakes. Very impressive on the braking action of that. Right here is the drag adjustment, and check out how they went with this large star pattern. You can really grab those easily, and I can grab them from the left and right side because I normally cast right and then reel right, and I use a right-handed reel, but check out how I can actually roll that back very nicely. And it's got, you hear that noise? So it has a good amount. Y'all hear that drag on it? We won't do that, but let's not try to tighten it up too much. Now, the one drawback that I did see, if you have your release knob right here, you see how it's a little harder to access that release knob. So if you need your tensioning, so if I want to get, I've got a chatterbait on here. I'm adjusted pretty loose. This one I have to use the 2 hands to kind of get back there. Not a big deal because once I set a lure, I'm pretty much good to go. Actually, I need to put a trailer on this thing. I'm going to put a trailer on it. I think I'm going to trailer it with these Looker Hunt, 3-inch right there. But the overall look of this thing looks so good, everybody. I really like the looks of this. The real selling point of this reel is this titanium spool. So the MG means magnesium, and that's titanium. And I'm not going to take it out, but I'm going to show you how easy. See how that just pops out right there? And that is very smooth on that. Let's get that back in there. I don't want that to come out. It opens up extremely easy. It's got a little lock right here, lock and unlock. So if you ever kind of need to take the spool out, you can take the, I took that spool out when I first did it. Oh, by the way, if you're using braid, make sure you put some tape. I use like some electrical tape around there because braid will spin on this spool. It's a titanium spool and it's very slick, and braid will spin on it. So you need to make sure you tape up your spool before you do that. I don't think you might need it that much if you're using a fluorocarbon or monofilament or anything. I think you'll be okay on that. Let's do some casting, and I'll show you how this thing casts, because you know what? We do have the KastKing, so let's see what is going on. Okay, so here we go. We went ahead and put a trailer on here. We got it set. There we go. Let's check it out. Very loose. I've got the brakes set at, I think I'm at 1. Let's go to 5. Let's do 5 on the brakes. Tighten that up. The drag is tightened up. Let's do first cast with this thing. Wow, I really like this tip on that thing. Very smooth. First one was very smooth on the casting. Let's try a couple more, let that dive a little more. Try to split those right over there. That throws an easy 30, 40 yards like it's nothing. The retrievals feels nice. Let's see how far we can go out through there. No, look at that. I did not even use my thumb on that one. No thumb on that one. Let's try that again. Now, I think what was we at, 5? Let's go 3 on the brakes. So we are on 3, same cast. Okay, see, okay, it started backlashing a little bit on 3. So you want to be a little careful. It looked like it went a little further though. Let me go ahead and turn these brakes off. We are on 0. Let's try this. Whoa, I felt that. So I want to run at least, let's put it back on 5. I really like the way 5 felt on the brakes. Let's go over here and cast on the other side down the current here. So I'm out here on a little river spot. I'll come out here and fish. I do a lot of river fishing. Look at that, 5 works perfect. No backlash at all. It's very cold. There might be some out here feeding, but I just want to I got so excited. I want to show you all this reel and show you how nice this thing is. I cast it around my yard, but you know, casting around your yard doesn't count as much as using it actually on a river or a lake, whichever one you want to fish on. Let's go right down that side right there. Those brakes are phenomenal. Like my other reel, if I cast and I don't hold my thumb there, I'm probably going to backlash. So if you guys are looking for a good reel, especially a rod and reel combination, I recommend this, especially if you're trying to learn how to use your thumb more on not backlashing and stopping the spool spin. Because a lot of that is with the brakes. I'm with the current now, so I feel it moving. It's not chattering as much. I feel it moving faster. You guys see that? Let's try to go right up under that tree. I think I just seen a bass under there. Let me try to see how far I can get out through there. Let's loosen it up a little more. That's pretty loose, and I went to 2 on the brakes. Whoa, see, oh, I got too cocky with it. Let me get this backlash out now. Yeah, I got a little cocky with not using my thumb there. I went down. I think I got it all out. Let's go back up on the brakes just a little bit. I just need to get a little more control on it. Let's try that. Oh, let's try this feature out. You guys see that? If I want to just kind of like drop it in the water and then turn it. I think they're calling that a tournament guide or something, where I could kind of like, especially if you're using soft plastics, you would use your finger to kind of like rotate it around, and that actually works really well. I do that with some of my other reels, but that's not as big, so it doesn't have as good of like rotation on it. Everybody, I'm very impressed with this reel. I don't see any issues with this thing at all. Casts well, retrievals well, looks nice. Does that not look awesome? That has such a clean look. This is something I recommend for pretty much every angler, from beginner to expert, because of the fact that a beginner would be able to get this reel, and then it helps them with the backlashing because the brakes are so phenomenal on these. What happens with a lot of beginners, they get the cheaper reels, gives more backlash, where this has a lot cleaner casting feel to it. Like, look at that. That's on the 5 right there, and it popped out, but it just went right back in. Very smooth on that. Let's reel it back in. So yeah, there it is, everybody. That's all I got on the KastKing MGTI, you know, rod and reel combo. See you on the next video.